Morning fam, welcome back to a brand new team selection video. It is Monday, it is a brand new week. Whatever happened last week, put it behind you. This is a new week. This is a new beginning. My best friend is on his way back to Australia, so sad times, but what it has done has reminded me just to enjoy life a little bit, and I've probably been doing that a little bit too much to the detriment of my FPL team the last 2 weeks. So it's time to get back in the game, time to get on it. There's not many game weeks left. I have a big decision on whether to go Son or Trent this week. I'll discuss that a little bit more in my team selection bit towards the end of this video, but first of all, I will cover my review. But before all of that, please smash the like button if you're enjoying this video. It'd be great to get to 60 likes, and please don't forget to subscribe because that all helps a lot. And you can leave a comment below. Let me know what you're doing this game week. Are you free hitting? I know that's a popular move this week. Okay, let's get after this. Ramsdale. Arsenal defence has fallen to pieces with injuries, and with it, Ramsdale's points. Just 1 point from him. As an Arsenal fan, we are not having a great time of it at the moment, and I think top four might be out of reach, and I think our defence also might be one to stay away from at the moment. But let's see what happens next game week, see if we can turn it around. My defence was a thorn between two roses. Cancelo conceded as expected, but did grab an assist and 1 bonus point. He looked great. He could have had a lot more, so I will take that, considering I was a bit kind of, should I have got him last game week? Robbo, on the other hand, couldn't even manage a point after snagging a yellow card, and Rudiger kept a clean sheet for 6 points. Not bad, really could have done with Robbo stepping up though. In midfield, it was a tale of two halves. Saka and Barnes disappointed for more than one reason, as you'll see in just a moment, whilst Kulu soared with a goal and an assist, a clean sheet and a bonus point for 12 points towards my team total. Thank you, Kulu, you have been great since I got you. And Salah managed an assist, which for the first time in a long time did actually help a little with my rank, because I think a lot of people are getting off of Salah at the moment because he isn't giving the returns we're used to for him. Up front, I had a dream that I asked Ivan Toney up a ladder if he could score me a goal, and he replied that he would try his best for me, and he didn't let me down in real life by doing more than his best with a goal and an assist for all 3 bonus points. That was needed, as Weghorst was terrible as expected with just 1 point. Genuinely, like literally, he didn't even make 60 minutes. I need this guy out of my team. I don't know why I even bothered going back there. We all knew it was a bust, but we still went there anyway, didn't we? Kane did fab with his 3 assists though. When did he become the assist king? I mean, this is annoying now because I had Son and I switched to Kane, albeit before it was much the trend because I had Kulu in way before he was popular. But yeah, it's one to think about now going forward if he's going to be the provider in all of this. Annoyingly, he did get a yellow card, which took him out of the bonus points, which didn't help either. Kane and Kulu absolutely carried my team, but frustratingly it meant nothing because, as just mentioned, Son did score a hat-trick, and at 66% owned at my rank, he was an absolute rank killer. All of that means I'm on 64 points, much better than last game week, but given players like Son, Trent, Maddison and Rafinha all returning, it was only enough for a small green arrow because they are all highly owned to 92,669th. But it's amazing what a green arrow does for the spirit. Even if it's a tiny one, it is always much appreciated. Again, I left a mountain of points on the bench. Dubravka kept a clean sheet against Wolves. Ouch. Gordon, ouch. First on my bench with 10 points. That's why the Barnes 1-pointer coming off of the bench is so painful, because if he stayed on the bench, I'd be 10 points better off. And Davies also kept a clean sheet just to troll me a little more this week. So many points on my bench, 40 points the last 2 game weeks, 40 points. Imagine where I'd be at OR now if I just played some of the right players. Bet I'll have an absolute shocker when it actually comes to using my bench boost. When I need those points on the bench, I bet you nobody will do anything for me. With all of that, let's have a look if I should bench boost for game week 33. And this is how I'm currently lining up. Not bad. I have 2 free transfers. I did roll last game week just in fear of messing up my team basically. So if I wanted to bench boost, I could just do Kilman to a double game week player like a Leicester defender or Shah and hit the button and roll a transfer for next game week, which would put me in a fairly strong position. However, I am a little concerned that if I bench boost here, that I'll get to game week 36, of which I already have a fair few doublers. I think I have something like 12 or 13 doublers, that I'll have a great bench and wish that I'd kept my bench boost. So there's a bit of thinking to be done here, because I will have to switch my goalkeeper if I want 2 double game week goalkeepers in game week 36, where of course Dubravka already has the double this game week. So a little bit to be thought about. Obviously, by using the bench boost this week, it does help with moving it out of the way so that I can then move some cash off of the bench for the rest of the season. However, I mean, I'm wondering how much, going down to Geldhut or whatever will actually get me from my forward line, and whether I'll actually really want that to be my front line. So yeah, definitely need to have a little think on that one. If I decide not to bench boost, then either Son or Trent has to be my priority given their effect on my OR this game week. Unfortunately, I can't afford both together. Even if I trade like for like with Robbo back to Trent, yeah, fitting Son, Kane, Kulusevski, Trent, Robbo, Rudiger in your team is really difficult. Maybe that's where a Geldhut would help, but it's still, I think, along with Salah, it's just a lot of money to try and squeeze in your team, and I have a fairly decent budget as it is. So if I go for Trent, I think I have to lose Rudiger and look to add Thiago later for Kilman as my Chelsea cover. I think I'm only like 0.1 out in my plans with that particular move, but it would just have to wait a game week or 2. You know what? I have thought about, should I consider Jota instead of Trent, but I'm a little bit concerned what happens with the rotation with Jota, and choosing between Robbo or Trent is just way too difficult. It's like choosing between your children, really. It's just really tough. I was looking at switching Cancelo to Laporte, but watching Cancelo against Liverpool, it's going to be a struggle now to sell Cancelo, if I'm honest. He's just too good. I think most will have Robertson and Trent for the run-in, so keeping Cancelo and Robbo and selling Rudiger to Trent may be the way to go for this. That would look like this, and it would mean going without a Chelsea defender, and Chelsea themselves do have some really good fixtures. So the other thing to potentially think about is maybe moving Kilman to James. If Chelsea go out of the Champions League this week, then, that would make James more of an option. And I could, with the money in the bank at the moment, I could move Kilman to James and then think about whether I wanted to move Robbo to Trent. But again, it really would mean choosing between the two of them, so I'm not sure about that. However, do like this back line for a potential bench boost in game week 36. However, as we know, Son has been killing it, so if I wanted to go with Son, Kulu and Kane, I would have to free up some cash and a Spurs spot because I have Davies in my team. Davies would leave this game week for a Leicester defender, I guess, to help with that game week 36 bench boost, and then roll a transfer, and next game week I'd probably have to drop Weghorst down. Cancelo would then have to be Laporte or Thiago, and then Saka could become Son. Now, I'm not sure on this one because I am losing Cancelo. I'm going without Trent. I'm also having to look for a defender that's kind of 4.5-ish, who has a double in game week 36. White would have been perfect if Arsenal was still on their defensive form, but they aren't. So maybe I'm giving up too much in order to fit Son in here. I'm not sure. I need to weigh up whether or not getting Son in is more important than losing some players like Trent and Cancelo and not having them in my team. So as always, let me know what you guys think. Who would you guys prioritize? Would you prioritize Son for your team, or would you prioritize Trent for your team? Let me know in the comments below. Is there a way to have both and Salah Salah with a decent bench boost in game week 36? Let me know. Captaincy will likely be on Kane. Even if I went for the Son option, he wouldn't be in until next game week, so I likely stick with Kane. I am hoping Salah can get firing again though against Man United. Obviously Man United have been a bit bad at the back, so hopefully this is the week to wake Mo up. There is a risky temptation to place my captaincy there, but in terms of double game week players, I'm not sure I like any enough to captain, to be honest. Saka, maybe a little more than Barnes. I hate not captaining a double game week player when there are double game week options. But with Barnes a rotation risk and Saka playing deep to help with defence at the moment, I ain't going anywhere near Weghorst as an option. He'll be lucky if he even makes it into my team next game week. I mean, I am considering, if I don't do the defensive move of moving Weghorst to somebody like Matata just to free up the cash at the moment. But yeah, I guess if I can leave him there for the double, then it's probably worth it. Although at the moment, as you can see, he's on my bench. So that only really leaves Dubravka as a captaincy option. And I'm not one to even captain a defender, let alone a goalkeeper. So yeah, my captaincy will likely stay on Kane. But let's see how spicy I feel towards the weekend. Who are you guys captaining? Let me know. Moving on to the trending transfers. And yes, as we can see, Son is the top transferred in player ahead of double game week 33. Maddison, obviously having the double, looking far better than Barnes, which is really annoying, is the second most transferred in so far early this week. Kulusevski looking great, was on him early, absolutely touted him and feeling very, very good about the fact that he's paid off. Nice to see Tony there as a potential option for people bringing him in, because I already have him in my team, so that's quite nice. Chuffed with that little punt. And Mason Mount, he's been looking great. He's one that I potentially need to think about squeezing in, especially if I don't go down the Sun route, because Chelsea obviously have those great fixtures, so I need to think about how I could potentially get to him if I go back to Trent and leave Son for the rest of the season. Coutinho is the one making way for these transfers, probably for the likes of Maddison, Kulusevski and Mount. Tini obviously injured, so I think lots will be looking to potentially switch there back to a Chelsea or Liverpool defender. Salah, wow, I mean, yeah, I said I would give him City and reassess. To be honest, in that second half, he looked more like the old Mo Salah and potentially somebody who could go big against Man United. I don't know, guys. I'm struggling on this one. Selling Salah is quite scary, but it might come down to that in the next coming game weeks if he is still struggling. I mean, he's a lot of money for somebody who isn't getting returns right now, so can't believe I'm even saying it. But a switch to a KDB, a Son, or maybe even to a Jota might be on the cards, but I'll give him Man United. In other words, I'm just giving him the Manchester teams for me to work it out. Saka on his way out, obviously, yeah, I've explained that in my earlier part of the video. He's dropping deeper, so yes, much tougher for him to get any attacking returns. And Doherty, look, I'm a bit sad on this one. I did very nearly go for him last game week. Feel a bit lucky that I dodged a bullet on that one. However, I am a tiny bit sad as well, because I feel like he was another way into Spurs' attack in a way, because he was getting really good returns and it was an easier way to get him in my team than, say, somebody like Son. So yeah, a little bit disappointed to not have been a part of the Doherty love and not be able to get in on it now either. Get well soon, buddy. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a great week. But for now, please check out the sponsors of this video, fantasyfootballfix.com. Until next time, Nymfria out.